like Hurricane, Cobra, Bud Light, Budweiser, Michelob Ultra.
Have you been 69?
What does that mean?
Like the
like the sex
position?
act?
Yeah. Okay. Oh well, you think it was shitty? Like you didn't like it?
No,
Like you're
but I
naming
was just,
shitty beers. You know what I mean? Like American
well, I
shitty.
just like degenerate, you know?
Yeah.
Taps.
All right.
I was thinking we could even like do it dirty, like a dirty margarita. You know what I mean? Like go
What if we
sexy
all
with
just
it.
69?
Yeah.
Is that a drink? What are we talking about?
My response to that reminded me of the Cutie Cinderella concert yesterday. We were watching it, and it was last night. The concert.
Oh, like
The Cutie
Christmas
Cinderella.
or something?
Yeah, the Christmas concert.
Yeah,
You
I
missed it. Touching grass, Andy over here. But in the intro, Nandre set up Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, with a pretty funny joke. But so the joke was essentially like, "Oh, I like your llama shirt. What's that llama's name or whatever?" And then Dan Clancy was like, "I forget what his name is." And then Nandre was like, "Oh, something about ligma." And then like did like an alpaca your nuts joke, and it went right over Dan Clancy's head. He was just like agreeable with it. He was like, "Oh yeah, totally."
That's actually, I feel like Dan Clancy kind of wins a little bit. Like if you don't get the joke, like
That's something I totally would do though. Like if I'm not listening and someone's like cracking a ligma joke, and I'm like, "Yeah, dude, totally." Like, alpaca your nuts, absolutely. What? But I don't know. Anyway, that was pretty fun. That reminded me of it.
Yeah.
How do we get the balls?
69.
69.
Oh, next week is episode 69.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which makes this
69.
episode 68 of the Reactlord podcast. So welcome back. Thank you for
Listen.
tuning in.
Yeah. Should
Yeah.
tune in to episode 69 where we're all 69 each other. Because apparently that's on the agenda.
That sounds wild. Y'all are crazy.
Sounds
You're gonna break out the Glug
I
Glug
will
3000.
be not feeling well next week.
taking your pay time off.
I have a cough because I've been choking on that dick. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
That's what Nate said.
But yeah, episode 68. It's been chill. It's actually really gloomy in Long Beach today. It looks like it's gonna rain, but it's not.
Tomorrow night through like Friday.
So it is
What?
supposed to rain?
Fuck.
I just woke up and I thought it was smog in LA because that's the vibe usually.
Dude, I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Tomorrow it'll be fine. Just at nighttime.
I hate when it's
better
raining.
fucking
And it
Yeah,
keeps
nighttime.
changing. So, you know. Oh, I'm not sorry. It's Sunday.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Tuesday is what I meant. I
And
thought it was
Saturday.
Monday today.
I do like the rain when I'm inside. I just hate having to travel anywhere.
Indoors.
I was gonna say, I bet working at a coffee shop, it's vibes. Like when it is raining, I'm sure slows down a bit. You good?
Sorry, it reminded me of that SpongeBob thing. No.
No,
Okay.
no, you gotta sing it. Sorry,
Gotta
sing for the
sing.
class.
Indoors. That's what he said. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
All right, Mr. Krabs.
Lost. Maybe we will pull up a clip.
goober.
Yeah.
That's the only song I really remember.
That's from the movie.
Yeah.
I did see that Jay Schlatt video with you. Remember, apparently Jay Schlatt is like the almost number one AI like artist right now. Like out of all the
literally
songs.
just pulled up a.
Was it blue? Was it the blue thumbnail one?
Yeah, it was for Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, and you fucking promoted it, and the algorithm has
good.
like jumped on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the algorithm is pushing it. It's so hard right now.
That is hilarious. Good for you, Jay.
It sounds really good. It's not AI. It's actually him because, like I was saying, if you look up AI cover music, like you got all the bangers, like Nicki Minaj, like your favorite artist, right? And then it's like Jay Schlatt, and it's just like Jay Schlatt music, and he's like, I don't even sing, but I was kind of insulted that like all this AI music is out, so I decided to make my own album to show you motherfuckers AI cannot replace me.
Okay.
It's pretty
You
good.
know, Jay Schlatt's not the only person popping right now.
What?
Reactlords have a year in review, and our year has looked so good.
Dude, it's been a solid
Heck
year,
yeah.
bro. Come into our email with us.
We have literally been a member since 2022.
Look at
Like we
that.
started 1 year ago. We're up 10K. We start literally like when you make a channel, weird. You start at zero. Crazy,
Fucking
right?
wild, dude.
And now we're at 12.1K.
With
Isn't that
5
crazy?
million views amassed. Granted,
Which
we
is
had that
awesome.
viral video, of course, that
Yeah.
got 4 million views.
Which is controversial.
It is, whatever, but we're keeping it. And
Almost to 420 uploads. Can't wait.
But 163,000 likes amassed.
Hell yeah.
7,200 shares.
It's pretty sick. I wish
so
that
crazy.
I really wish that our rap video could stay on the channel and leave us with the option to monetize.
Yeah.
I know we're going to hit something. We're going to hit a nerve somewhere, and we'll have a video that's going to do just as well.
I understand why we got penalized. And if you don't know the lore behind this, it was reused content. So we got dinged with not a copyright. It wasn't even a community guideline. It was just a monetization thing. So we could not monetize off this because of reused content, which is funny though, because again, if you go through the comments, a lot is talking about Mr. Grande, and he is amazing. If you haven't seen his stuff, definitely go check it out. He's on YouTube under Mr. Grande, which we have a pinned comment, and it is the most liked comment saying that. But it was mostly the comments were about you, almost exclusively about your
My
face.
facials?
Yeah. It carried the video. Not that the music didn't carry the video, of course, but it carried the comment section was totally. You. So,
which lends to I think what we're saying, just to say it very directly, is that the content was my face. It wasn't just.
It was a challenge.
It was your reaction.
Exactly.
To it.
Maybe we could get away with it if my face was just if more of the frame was less of the reused content.
I think you're right. Yeah. I'm definitely getting better at trying to figure that balance out. Yeah. It was good though. Mr. Grande is fire. Our top video was about Anna Kasparian going after Hasanabi.
Got a lot of comments.
It did get a lot of comments. A lot of hours watch time on it, which I thought was kind of shocking because we don't really do politics. In that same breadth of talking about Anna Kasparian, we then spent 25 minutes talking about Skibbity Toilet. So that's the kind of podcast. I don't know.
It's a wide range of.
We're really a dynamic pod.
We are the lords of reacting.
But this was really fun to go through, to see all the progress.
That's so awesome.
Yeah, we got another live stream, like we said, coming up on for episode 69. So hopefully that'll be live.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Regardless of live or not, it's going to be fun.
It's going to be a blast. And speaking of virality, is there any other there was other Reactlord news because we also have a standalone video coming out too. Okay. And that is, what was it? Drink tier list. Baby, want to set it up?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry.
What?
Wasn't expecting you to say it was the drink tier list, but go ahead.
Oh no, what other Reactlord news? Because we might have more than I even thought.
No. I thought maybe the standalone content was a video we had made in the past that we just haven't uploaded. Something like the Vietnamese pho video. We sat on that content for a while and then we put it out.
Technically, I still have the tarot card video that I never put out, but I have all the content for it. And there was one other video I just never got around to it. It was kind of difficult. Once I got into it, it was really hard to find a narrative, like a story to tell.
But that's okay. Fair. That's why we try different things so that we can see what we want to put up and what's easier to edit or, what people might like or.
Yeah. So this time around, I actually stuck in my lane of kind of repurposing content. And what that means was we did it live, right? I don't know if you are following along on the podcast at all. All of our shorts are just from the podcast and other videos we do. So we did a live stream and now I'm making a video out of it and it's coming together. It looks really good. Let's see if we can share this.
The live stream was really fun.
So I'm hoping, I wanted to do, because we've done tier lists in the past and I wanted to do something that was interactive. I was inspired by Cutie. Something that was fun, festive, right? So going forward, I think I really want to try to do some content idea creation of something like this, where it's us just doing fun stuff and then, showing people for it. So this is, of course, Christmas theme. It's a Christmas drink list. We're hoping to get a Christmas movie list where it's going to be that sort of content that we're diving into. And I think it's going to be really fun because it's just people like seeing that and then they can try the stuff too. It's not if they want something, we can put up the list if we, if they want to make something, especially when it comes to drinks or baking or cooking.
Also, I think it really speaks to just again, my not ability to edit things. Like when the In and Out video is a good example. It's like when you experience something from start to finish like that, it's kind of easy to see the narrative. But when we were filming the tarot card, there was not really rhyme or reason to it. And we didn't film the whole thing. We only filmed like the segments. Mm-hmm. So it felt like really hard to find, like, how do I get from here to here?
Yeah.
Yeah, but taking a live stream, it feels a lot kind of clearer.
Right. Because there was an end, right?
Yeah.
So it was a plan. It's a plan thing.
Which is funny though, because we recorded intros and outros for the video and it just felt so disconnected. And I'm talking about the tarot card one. We actually did. I have intros and outros that I made you guys sit down in front of the camera and record, and that felt structured, but it was the middle bits. It was taking a long time to get through. Like I bet if I revisit it with maybe you guys or something, we could see a way out. It was really hard.
Also, that's a good point. That just for the future, now we know if we want to do those sorts of things, let's kind of build a narrative first. Plan. Yeah.
Yeah. There's just a lot of content to sift through.
I went all out. I went real crazy with this, spreadsheets and all. You know,
it was worth it though. It shows.
All right. And I threw this together this morning. It's being edited. I think it'll probably come out this weekend. What was that?
We'll have alcohol for like a year and a half.
The amount of alcohol is ridiculous.
Live stream.
Wait. I'm sorry. Pause it.
Okay. Hold on. What's
okay,
up?
So I'm walking out with this box and it's like half full, right? A lot of alcohol. Lady at the store had 15 wine bottles just in the top portion of her cart.
Oh, you mean the really drunk blonde lady that was
She was already drunk.
She was definitely drunk.
Tipsy, like she was feeling it.
Oh,
and she had like 15.
I think she like polished off the bottle and was like, I'll go get more. And like she stumbled out of 2nd Street and just like a blonde lady for sure.
Okay.
Crazy amount of wine. And I was like, it was probably like $300-$400 worth of just wine on the top portion of the cart.
Yeah, okay. She's boozing up.
Let alone whatever the hell was at the bottom.
Okay, back to our booze
Anyway,
fest.
sorry.
Yeah. So this is the setup. We were live streaming on my channel. I just didn't know what it was going to look like. I didn't want to get us banned. Twitch is 18 and up, right?
Guys, I made those.
You taste it. Little taster. And that was it. Very good cheer list. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on after tier because it was trash. This was it for the holiday extravaganza cocktail hour. That was the worst drink ever.
Y'all, I'm so
Dude, good for you though for trying it, because I totally thought you wouldn't even try it.
I
didn't want to, right? It was the smell for you, because you smelt it first and was like, nah.
I was a little insulted how sure Nikki was that I'd like this. First of all,
it was
5
like
years.
Creamy.
No.
Like
I 5 years we've been together, and every season you go, you want some eggnog? No. No, I don't want a viscous fucking drink. No, I don't.
Okay, it was a texture too. You don't like texture of like the thick
She
drink?
made me look away when she poured it.
Yeah, it
Okay.
was gnarly.
And she was so certain I was going to like it.
I almost want to
Okay.
make it just so you can try it. It was so gross, Nate. It
That's
was
fair.
You gotta do it,
I don't
do
want
it for
it.
the culture.
I don't want it.
disgusting.
Maybe the next pod, we make the S tier and F tier drinks.
Yeah.
And put them behind boxes.
Oh
Gotta
my
pick
god.
one.
Yeah.
Turn it to a game.
Want to take a
Yeah.
I just
sip.
want to beat Contexto.
Okay, I will say the only drink that I think in my time, it wasn't a legit drink. You have to add some liberty here. It was the only thing that I drink that like it came back up instantly.
Oh no. Was it spicy?
I mean a little bit, because it did have Fireball in it. It was we were playing King's Cup. Have you guys ever played King's Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like I lost the King's Cup.
Clearly.
And so I
Ew.
drank, and like, you know, the rules are the rules. You have to drink the entire. So I
you just
drank.
show your titties instead.
No, I don't think anyone wanted to see my titty. This was also in like, I want to say maybe my either senior year of high school or my first year of college, because I was still hanging out with they were people I knew from high school. I just can't remember if
You were
we
in high school.
continuing the hanging
Right.
out that first year of
The
college,
first years, yeah.
or was it in high school? I think it was in the first year of college, because I don't remember really drinking in high school. The only drink I had was prom. I had a Newcastle brown ale, and I did not like it. But I drank the entire King's Cup, and it had a melange of different drinks and alcohols in it. And I remember it tasting like bad. It wasn't even like the alcohol. Like I was a young stud, you know, I could drink whatever. But it was the taste. All that put together was so disgusting. I could not stomach it.
Ugh.
I'm telling you, like, if there's just some people that like Fireball, dark rum, whiskey, like that's their go-to in most drinks.
I do like whiskey.
What type of whiskey though? What type of whiskey? You see, that's fine.
Yeah, see, but no, like the very like
that's not
I'm talking
whiskey.
like black licorice flavored. What is it called?
Jägermeister. Yeah.
Those sorts of alcohols in at least half the drinks I've had just overpower, dreadful. Nothing mixes well with it. It's just you can feel the burn in your breath.
You're supposed to mix things with them.
Yeah, that's like, true. I see a lot of people hit it straight up.
A drink already together.
It's so bad though. All the times I've seen people throw up is from alcohols like that.
I believe it.
Okay, but the girls who drink Jägermeister are wild.
What?
I have never met a normal ass bitch, a sane person who drinks Jägermeister. It's so funny you bring that up. Like my whole experience with Jägermeister, it's always a crazy.
That's interesting that you say that, because like my stereotype of people who drink like Fireball or Jägermeister, they're always hot.
Hot and crazy.
The hot crazy scale, you know what I'm saying?
I forget, okay? I'm a hermit.
You gotta, the hot and crazy scale is totally real, and you're absolutely right. I didn't say any of them were not cute.
Yeah, that's true.
I just wanted to put it out there.
Yeah, they're hot, but they're also
Listen,
crazy.
I am a dumb man. I just see hot and I forget about crazy.
Yeah.
And
we gotta pull up that scale too.
I was like, I'm thinking of a specific person that I have on my Instagram, and I don't know if they watch the podcast, but if they do,
Call them out. No. Call them out.
No, they're a mom now. I'm sure they're
okay. Fair.
They're living their best lives.
That's so crazy.
Listen, your mom used to be fun.
Hey, I'm thinking, maybe that's.
Sorry.
Listen,
I'm tired.
This was a fun experiment, though. The drinking tier list. You actually have one right there.
Yeah,
which one was that?
I got the Grinch because it was a 2-ingredient drink. It was melon liqueur and melon juice, and it sounded really good.
Lemon juice, but yeah.
Or yeah, sorry, melon juice. And originally I thought it was gonna because of the color too. Let me preface, but I thought it was gonna taste kind of like a Japanese melon candy, and at first my brain was like trying really hard to make it taste like that, but it tastes more like an apple Jolly Rancher to me.
Yeah,
and it's delicious.
I went in thinking it was going to taste like a Midori sour.
I've never had one of those.
You should have one.
Okay, I want one. Is it also a green drink?
I have all the stuff.
Yeah, but is it the same alcohol though? Because I don't want to mix shit.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It's made with liqueur.
We said 2 drinks, by the way. He said the Japanese one, and then I said the Midori sour. So which one are you talking about?
This is okay. Sorry. So when I was about to make you a drink, I pulled up a drink of melon liqueur drinks, and the one you're thinking of, I think, is similar to a Midori sour.
Okay.
But I can make both because I have things for both. Midori sour is a little more tame. It does have the same alcohol.
Okay. I'm pretty certain Midori is green in Japanese.
Oh, really?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What if we're talking about the same fucking drink, Nathan? And I'm just calling it like the white trash version. I don't know.
No.
No, I think it's called Midori.
Because a Midori sour is Midori, lemon juice, lime juice, and soda water. The Japanese slipper, probably what you're thinking, is Midori, lemon juice, and Cointreau. The Tokyo tea is like a whole lot of alcohol and a whole lot of other
Sounds
stuff.
like a martini.
Can I just have a pet peeve moment while we're on the topic of alcohol? Because I want to talk about content and alcohol. I'll get there in a second. I want to complain about alcohol for 1 minute. It is getting way too expensive to go out drinking.
Oh, totally.
To go out,
Yeah, we were doing the math. Like we spent, I think, like $115 at the Bevmo. And granted, we had to buy like 750 milliliter things. Like not everything just comes in like a little personal use thing, which seems normal if you're not an alcoholic. It doesn't happen. You can't do that. We bought all these big ass alcohols, like big ass vodkas and shit. $150. And we were like thinking, like, imagine if we went out and got like 2 vodka or just 11 drinks in general. That we would have had like a what, $400 tab?
500, yeah.
That's not even tip.
Yeah, that's not with tips, probably like $4.80.
And then we went downstairs to the taco truck and we got like, I don't know, another $21 worth of food afterwards. And I'm like, dude, we could not have gone out and spent like $150 and got like a full meal and 11 drinks.
That makes me feel so sad for like Gen Alpha and Gen Z. It's because like they can't afford to go out and do anything.
Dude, I saw a TikTok about this. So this wonderful lady, we're going to take an intermission from personal news. There was this wonderful lady on TikTok, and essentially what she did, she has a big following, and she said, hey, Gen Z, this is genuinely curious question. I'm not here to like demean you. I just want to know, what do you guys do for fun? And I thought that was a great question, right?
Stay at home, play video games.
So the comments lit up with like Gen Z and obviously the elders that Gen Alpha, because I guess they're old enough to have TikTok's 13-year-old. Oh, yikes.
They're not, middle school. They're not supposed to, but they have it anyway.
Now, I don't know if I actually like this TikTok or not. I'm wondering if I did, because I'll skip it later because we're talking about it now. But Gen Alpha and Gen Z was so genuine with their responses. Just like, well, first of all, we can't afford to go out anymore. Like, remember back in the day, ladies would drink free before 11 p.m. Do you remember this? Like, you brought girls and you got in free. Do you remember this?
Yeah, to get into the club.
Or they would be like, every Thursday, $5 mixed drinks.
Something like that. Yeah. So Gen Z essentially was just like, it's too expensive to go out, and their hobbies now consist of sort of like just wholesome shit, like drawing and crochet and like these more like tangible things they can do at home.
Yeah.
And I was watching this like 3-minute long TikTok, and I'm just like, damn. We used to get, and then they also said the other thing that is preventing them from like having that sort of wild time that we were able to have was cameras. You can't just go drag race anymore. You can't like go get fucked up in the middle of like, like a desert. Like you could, but like,
there's evidence.
Everyone has a cell phone now, and everyone and their fucking mom is an influencer. You know what I mean? And it's all monetized content. So like whatever you do, someone might make money off of later. You just gotta be careful about what you're doing in public, with your buddies. Yeah. So like that was really a complicated answer that they took time to like explain and like go through the comments. It was really good, but isn't that kind of fucking crazy?
It's just really crazy.
Well, and what I think happens is it perpetuates a generational divide, because it's like, why don't you go have fun? Go do something. Yeah, go touch grass. It's like, can't
afford to. Okay.
So it's like, now we have divulging experiences. So how am I supposed to relate to you? How am I supposed to like invite you to things? Because I don't know what is within the range of like hanging out.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to put pressure on you like to come out and spend like $15.
No.
Because you might need that $15 later.
And also, it's not like, Gen millennials or whatever. What are we, Gen Y? It's technically millennials.
I don't know.
Millennial.
Not like we're fucking loaded either. But like the trauma that we went through is still like a lot as millennials. But Gen Z just kind of was born in it. Like we kind of watched it fall apart. And they're just like was born into the apart part.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really good like overview of like the differences, because it's not that different, I guess, because we kind of grew up with technology. They have technology, so maybe it's not so polarizing in that sense. Like, when I think about Gen X or whatever, I can't relate to you, dude. You old. You're so old.
I will say one good thing that comes. One good thing that I've seen, and this is just like recently, like I've been looking at like cocktail drinks and stuff on TikTok. One thing that I have seen, that like activities that were once done outside or like you would go out and do with people, is now, like you said, becoming more of a home thing, and they're sharing it. So they're spending more time with other people, and everybody's contributing a little bit so that they can all have this experience. For example, just in the drink relation, they have these drink parties where you're just in charge of bringing 4 of one drink, right? And they have these like cocktail parties. So instead of somebody bearing that whole like bill of providing like 4 or 5 different drinks for people to drink, it's just like, you bring yours, we'll bring ours, we'll share. Like
kickbacks are back too. That's what the comments also said. A lot of people are like hanging out more.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Like finding, like bringing those things to the home because it's cheaper, one less traveling to, you're not spending money on like outside drinks. Yeah. And then like people are like exchanging.
Okay.
It's more of a barter. Like, hey, you bring
That's
this,
true.
I'll bring
It's
this.
more of a barter.
It is. But like,
The
what else?
alternative economy.
You know?
I was gonna say, yeah, that's what happens when you associate with serfs. You know what I mean?
What are you, a communist?
I left my bourgeoisie for a moment to go hang out with the plebs. The Gen Z. Speaking of Gen Z, this is actually a really good segue. I think we're gonna also have that content coming out for the drink tier list. We got drinks on the docket for next pod too. So there's a lot of alcohol going on. Not for the Gen Zers. That's just for us. Let's be honest. But I did want to,
So we can enjoy.
Yeah, flex the viral video. Let's go.
Okay, dude, we've been doing a lot of this, okay, but okay, we went viral again for my work. So I make content not only here but for work, and we had a video popped out fuck off on to the point where like people from my high school were like, "V, is that you?" And I was like, "Yeah, no."
You play Minecraft too?
So it is a skit. It's based in reality, but it's just a funny video. Let's watch it.
We have a Gen Z boss. Our staff meetings take place in a joint Minecraft server.
And then we'll go through the fucking comments.
We can actually use our PTO without fear of retribution.
We have a Gen Z boss. My last performance review is...
We have a Gen Z boss, so we got the day off because Mercury's in retrograde.
It's giving actual work-life balance.
And most of our meetings are actually emails.
We have a Gen Z boss. Communicating in memes and GIFs is professionally acceptable.
We have a Gen Z boss, and this is considered work attire.
Elton John shirt.
This. We have a Gen Z boss. He told me my productivity last quarter was bussin'.
We have a Gen Z boss. When we're sick, he actually tells us to rest.
We have a Gen Z boss. They don't start their workday until the vibes are right. We have a Gen Z boss.
So silly. But let's look
That's
at
sick.
the comment section. Kind of hurt my heart,
Why?
because it's a lot of like Gen Zers. Like someone was, oh shit.
Dude, I could relate. So many people have been like applying to the coffee shops, and like I always tell them like, we want the hours too. Sorry.
Can I not just like show the fucking comment section? Oh my god. Okay, here we go. A lot of people just want to get hired, which is totally fine. But like some of them was like, I'm trying to find some good ones here. On point, yada yada.
Yeah,
yada.
someone in there is lying. Vine is not alive
Oh, wait,
anymore.
where do you see that at?
It was up a little right there. The third one. I have a Gen Z boss. and
170 replies.
oh shoot! I did
This
not
was
see that.
contentious,
Yeah.
dude. First of all, I did not know Gen Z.
Yeah,
even
a Gen Z
knew.
that knows Vine? Bullshit. That's a bullshit Gen Xer trying to fit in.
No,
Get out of here, bro.
no, you're wrong.
Okay.
You're showing your age.
Okay.
Because this is what I thought too, Nathan. I was
Okay.
like, no, that was before me, dude. Like, what are you talking about? I barely remember Vine. You know what I mean?
I
That's
don't
why-
even remember.
No, but this is the thing. Apparently, it was Snapchat and Vine that had a resurgence with the youth, which is why they know. So that's why if you say something like, "Oh, there's a road work ahead," they'll say,
I don't know.
I sure hope it does, because it's a Vine thing.
Oh, yeah.
So they came back, and they came back just like fucking old TV shows did. Do you understand what I'm
So
saying?
they're playing Vines, but on different apps.
They must be.
Because I don't think you can even access Vine. Vine's not something you can go to and like explore.
Yeah, I think they just like watch it with the little logo up there, and that's how they know what it is, because there's 164 comments, but just
Because Vine does live on in YouTube. I've watched Vine videos
like
on
Fred
YouTube.
and all that. Like that's where they got their start too, sure.
And they were roommates.
But like, hi, O2 kid here. I can legally drink, and like I know what Vine is. You know what I mean? It's just kind of, I don't know, put it in perspective a bit, because I too,
Crazy.
Nathan, was like, bullshit.
You fucking liar.
What do you mean you know what Vine is,
Listen,
kid?
I am lied to every single day, so everything I feel like I hear is a lie.
A lie. It's on the internet.
Right, dude? Let me fix that. All right. Anyway, that was a lot of fun. This was such a good year for content. This was such a solid year. This was also one of the first years that I like was officially made the switch from like being a public educator. You too. You know what I mean? You've been in the public realm for a long time. This was like that. You're out of it.
Yeah, I wanted
it
to be a
feels
youth
good.
development facilitator
Yeah.
so badly. And now I can't stand children. I just want them to like just do it. Just be better automatically with no help.
Yeah.
Just figure it out. Go to YouTube University. Figure it out.
YouTube University. Let's be real. They're already there and they still can't. No, I'm just kidding.
It's true.
Skibbity toilet.
Like even the tutorials and like the educational side of YouTube is diminishing. I don't know what's going on.
They like get 5 minutes into a video and it's like, never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down.
Yeah. No, for real.
I mean, to be fair to them, the world is a dumpster fire. It's okay. You know what? They're finding their joy where they can. God damn it. We're all trying to do that.
I hope so. I feel like sometimes I see young people smile and it looks like they're dead.
Inside?
Yeah.
We've been dead inside for a long time. Have you seen that? Have you guys seen that TikTok where he's like, they're like, why do the millennials look younger than they are? Why aren't they aging the same as the previous generation or the generation after? And this guy goes,
asbestos.
It's because we look alive. It's because we don't go outside. We don't do anything. Also, we look young on the outside and lively, but we're really just dead inside, and we've been dead inside for a long time.
I feel like I still have a little hope. I have hope in my heart.
For what?
I
What's
don't
your hope
know.
for?
I'm just trying to live. I'm trying to find like little moments.
Yeah. Less existential dread, more living.
No, more existential dread. I think it's helpful. So, okay. I really do. I think existential dread got us out of public education. You know what I mean? Like, I think like we were so optimistic and like fucking shiny, bushy tail going in there like, oh, we do good work every day. We make change, not money, you know, like that kind of deal.
No, I have to disagree. The whole reason I left was because they denied a pay raise 4 times throughout the year, and I was
that's what I'm saying. We got disillusioned with the system.
Yeah.
We went in
like, fuck that.
We went in not jaded, but then we had to leave because we got gobbled up by the system, and our disillusion. We were delulu, and we fucking got out of that really fast. And it sucks though because like. Anyway, my point, hold on.
Go.
My main point was like external dread is good because it like gets us to experiment. It gets us to like find new shit because you start questioning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what's the point, dude? I thought I was going to make a change. I don't even make a change and I'm not making money. This is bullshit.
I don't make a change and I'm not making change.
What you're saying.
Yeah.
Maybe because if they, I think if the existential dread was still there, but they did decide to pay me more, I probably would have stuck it out.
Yeah, like you would have lived in but that's the problem, right? That's like what we were delulu about.
Well, I mean, I'm doing that now at coffee. I mean, I'm making minimum wage, and it's like they're asking for a lot.
But you don't have to carry children's trauma with you anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I thought I was really good at that. So like, I'm open to carrying space and trauma for people. I just
That's really nice of you.
can't do that if I can't take care of myself at home either.
Yeah, it's a cost benefit
like
analysis.
if I
you're doing it
can't-
and it's not worth it.
Exactly. Like if I can't bring my best self to that middle school, I am personally getting fucked up, and those kids are getting fucked
yeah,
up.
that's my point exactly. We both went in there bushy-tailed, bright-eyed, but we had to leave because, again, we got caught up in like a delulu world. It's like, oh, we thought this was like really good, and then one day you wake up and you're like, dude, I'm not getting treated well. Like, no matter how much of a difference you think you can make, if you can't make rent, what's the point? Yeah, it jades you. It gets you hardened really fast. You know what I mean? It's just like you're not. How can you take care of others if you can't take care of yourself?
Exactly.
That's the point, right?
It's the
And
devaluing
it comes down to money.
Yeah, it's the devaluing of it. It's like this existential dread of like, oh God, I have to think about what my value is. And like, this isn't my value. You know what I mean? Like you got to kind of like think about those things where like, well, I'm worth a lot more than this, and this is bullshit. So like V said, I'm out of here. This is a crazy world. I don't want to be in it.
Just kind of like putting a bow on this whole thing. I think existential dread is good because it makes you question everything and like pushes you into a very uncomfortable place. So like I want to encourage it more, and I think it's only going to make us better.
Yeah, you
like,
can grow.
You know
from
what I mean? I do
just
think
wish
so.
no one had existential dread.
I wish it was more productive
I hate
for people.
that it exists. I don't want to think of it as being good.
I set aside 20 minutes every day for my dread.
Okay.
I fucking
Listen, I put it on a schedule and it's a routine, goddammit.
Listen, you are a stronger
morning.
human than I am.
I eat my existential dread with my coffee every morning.
Hell yeah.
I will feel my coffee and existential dread.
No, but I think last year was sort of like that dread that kind of just got pent up and pushed me into a very weird place of like experimentation with we started a podcast, we did all these things, new jobs and all this shit. So I think next year I just want to like work on just experimenting more and
Pushing
doing
yourself
that. Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit.
Mhm.
Well, you're true. When we're uncomfortable, we tend to grow. Change, embrace more change because we're in an uncomfortable position. So we're hopeful
Yeah.
that it will bring about good change.
Speaking of good changes, what's going on with this?
So, if you tuned in last week, we had a death in my family. My beautiful 65-inch TV had a backlight error, and now I'm using a 27-inch monitor and a 13-inch laptop. So now like everything's much smaller, and I've been sitting on a stool. I have 4 stools, and it's been killer on my back.
Yeah.
So I bought this chair. I like went into the assisted living league thrift store, looked at this chair, was like, is that an IKEA chair? It is.
Oh,
yeah.
Is that an
So
IKEA chair?
it's an IKEA chair that still goes with all my stuff because all my
Nice.
stuff is IKEA. And it's like got this fake leather on it. It's very comfortable. It's almost like a lounger. So it's a little bit lower than it should be for a desk chair, but it works perfectly for the height of my monitors. So I'm not like looking down or looking up. I'm looking like dead on.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Unless I'm
Good for your
like,
neck.
unless I like go hardcore lounge and I'm like sitting as if I'm at like the movie theater.
Just angle your fucking.
Oh, dude, then I angle the monitor. Oh, dude, it's been so nice. So,
Tell me you're a bachelor without telling me you're a bachelor.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
You said I recline my IKEA chair.
It's been very nice for perusing content on the interwebs.
Hell yeah, dude.
Very proud of this chair. Went in and it was labeled at 2 prices: $99. No, it's on the side there on the left.
Okay.
But that sign was funny too. I did sit in the chair because I was like,
I'm not gonna
yeah,
buy
I'm
it.
considering it. And so I went in, it was $99. I talked him down to $89 because on the other side of the label it said $89. I was like, can you give me the smaller price? It has 2 prices on it.
Wow, inflation.
And then they were like, you know what? It's also 25% off. So
Wow.
it actually was only $66.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Closed mouths don't get fed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
closed mouths
fucking
go
important.
hungry.
So
Yeah.
let me get this straight. You got this chair. Did it come with the butt marks or was that you?
No, that's my butt mark.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
All
right.
But I was very happy with my purchase. I carried it all the way back to the apartment, and I looked like so weird
Wait, where
walking
did
down
you
the
pick
He's
street.
like, I'm working out.
Where was it at again? How far away
Just right
from-
on Retro Row, so it
Oh,
was
not
pretty close.
bad. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I just imagine you from like downtown trying to like.
I would have. It was infinitely closer than the IKEA in Carson.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, any more additions to your place since you lost your TV, or is this it? Just the
just
little chair?
this.
Nice.
I really like. I'm pushing it because the chair is actually pretty large. It's a pretty big chair.
Looks wide.
It is a
see your
wide
butt
chair,
print in
but
it.
it is also very comfy because of that.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's anything else that I could put into my room. I'm even like now storing my bicycle outside, which isn't ideal, but it kind of makes up for the fact that this chair is taking up so much more room.
Always throw it in your bathroom or whatever if it rains, right? Like your
Of
bike.
course, but ideally it wouldn't be in the bathroom either,
Right.
because it just means like every time I go in there, I got to move it to use the toilet, or it's in the shower. But then if I want to use the shower, I got to move it again,
Yeah. Or wash it off too. in case it's
Exactly.
dirty. Yeah.
And so it's just, the struggles of living in a small space. Like, as much as I love tiny homes, I live in a tiny home basically.
You
And it's not easy. It's not easy. I really think that like the people who pursue tiny house living, It's like an ideal. It's almost an aesthetic ideal to this rate, or to this at this point, I think. Like, I used to really want to live in a tiny house, like tiny house on wheels. I know I can do it. And like, to be fair, I know I can do it.
Yeah.
Do I want to?
Right.
Is the real question. It's just like, reconfiguration sucks. I really found that reconfiguring a room, and if you have to do it daily, sucks. Like, to do anything, I have to think like, oh, I got to move this thing and put this up before I can even play the video games.
Right.
That sucks. And what ends up happening is I just don't do it. I end up not doing any of the things I really want to do because I have to configure the room to that like specific thing before I can even do it.
Yeah. It's just too much. There's more added process steps to what you have to do. And you're like, I just want to be able to just jump into it.
Yeah.
Such a squirrel. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
ADHD brain. What's up?
Nothing. Modular furniture reminded me of something else that I wanted to talk to Nathan about.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, talk to us.
Firearms. I'm just kidding.
No, it's like IKEA. All that is making me. City Skylines 2's out.
Oh, true. City Skylines 2 is out. City Skylines 1 was pretty fun. I think we didn't play enough of it.
No,
to be fair.
And honestly, I didn't even realize City Skylines 2 was out. I've been so like not paying attention, and I found out it dropped like a month or two ago. That's crazy.
That's okay.
I was like,
That's okay. It costs money to play it. I mean, that's the only reason I wouldn't play it right now.
Like, even if we bought the game, it costs money in game.
You have to buy it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, the reason I got into City Skylines 1 in the first place was because it was free for me on Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, yeah.
That's how I even discovered it. I didn't even know it existed until then.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, doing that.
Squirrel.
Yeah.
I know. Pokey just popped in my head. If you're a broke boy, just say so. Sorry. Laughed at Pokey.
No, that's fair.
You're
That's
like Game
fair.
Pass.
The whole reason I'm not buying your cookies is because I am broke.
Yo.
Speaking of cookies, though, get you a friend who can bake. You get them for free.
That's right.
That's right.
True. So true.
No, you really do have to take some because the batch I made is like
It was 40 cookies.
40 fucking
There's
cookies.
two of us.
Yeah.
I don't.
Which means I'm taking home 30 cookies.
Which means you
Pretty
can
much,
have.
dude. That's how
They last for like 5-7
that's
days.
on boy logic.
But speaking of modular,
Boy logic.
this is as boy logic as it gets, I
This
think.
is some modular ass boy logic coming
I think
up, dude.
I fell through the manosphere a little bit.
A little bit.
But I fell through this weird rabbit hole. One that I don't typically fall through is I landed on GunTube. And it gets crazy. Like, how it started was I was watching EDC videos. I got recommended
Not Electric Daisy Festival. I just
Not
want to make
Electric
that
Daisy
very
Festival.
clear.
On YouTube. Generally, EDC stands for everyday carry, and it's a whole genre of videos of mainly men showing off the items that they
White
keep
men.
in their and white men showing off what they keep in their pockets. Their literal everyday carry. Which I have to call bullshit on some of them, because who is carrying guns and like weapons on them, rifles for that matter?
Dude, this kid just got like arrested at Woodrow Wilson for carrying a gun.
I
Just
believe
an
it.
everyday carry.
I
He was
believe
like,
it.
I wasn't going to do anything about it. Like,
Yeah,
I'm not here to
sure.
fucking shoot up this school.
Sure.
It's just part of like my culture.
BS. There is no heritage.
Like, what?
But
That's
I
nuts.
started on these EDC videos watching like, oh, this is my travel EDC. My passport carrier, my wallet, my keys, my iPhone.
This really cool duffel bag I bought, leather,
really cool
like
sling
laptop
bag, or like fanny packs type deal. And it slowly, progressively got more aggressive. Then it started including knives, right? Then it was pocket knives. Then it was fixed blade knives that were like slightly larger, bigger knives, you know? And then it started getting into Glocks and like pistols, concealed carry pistols, which like, oh my God, concealed carry pistols. Like, it's crazy how like hidden they can get. They have like these holsters holsters don't just mean shit on the outside on your belt. It's like stuff you stick in between your pants and like it's in your crotch area. And then EDC, everyday rifle carry. I need my rifle every single day. And especially this channel that I'm showing, it's called EA Targets. Listen, I don't want any hate from you. I'm not saying to stop. I'm not saying to do anything because, Lord, I watched all the videos. But he is advocating that you carry I guess the correct term is carbine. It's not a rifle. Just meaning it's a small caliber rifle. Just means like it's the bullets that would go into a handgun, but in a rifle.
Oh my God.
So, look at these chapters.
Yeah. And the chapters are crazy too because...
Does it say Gucci Glock?
Oh, you want to know what Gucci Glock means?
I mean, I'm going to click it. Let's 944
that
this shit.
might be the color for you. Or bright pink might be the move. I don't know. Maybe you're into some of that stuff.
No, it just basically distinguishes your pistol as two types of pistols. One's for practical combat, and one is for flexing on them.
Oh.
So it's a Gucci Glock.
It's okay. It's Gucci.
Yeah, it's like, this is I'm flexing on everyone. It just looks really sick. I'm flashing it.
We'll see their podcast setup as well.
Okay, it's scary how quickly you fell into that because I just think about like, that's what I'm saying. I think about like young, impressionable, dumbass boys who probably also fucking fall into that shit real quick.
That hits on something that I think is interesting because when you say dumbasses, this guy advocates for two very specific things that I think is wild to be
Three
just
things,
like...
he says, that we have to agree with because one of the chapters is titled Police Will Shoot You. He's not wrong.
This is true.
It's pretty accurate.
It gets even crazier when you get into that chapter and actually listen to him.
No.
But
how come I'm getting clickbaited here?
Because he admits that like there are statistics of a good guy with a gun getting shot by a good guy with a gun. Like
there are statistics about that.
Yeah. And so it's like, well, fucking dumbass, maybe don't flash your gun. If everyone's got fucking guns, they're gonna probably think you're the bad guy with the gun shooting the gun.
You gotta get good guy tattooed on your forehead. It's a good guy.
But there are two specific chapters I want to talk about in this video. One is labeled "What if I have a felony?"
Should I click it and start there?
We can watch it. We'll summarize it afterwards.
Shake my head.
A couple? How do you fuck around and get a couple, bro?
You be black in America.
Oh, shit.
Friends who are felons that carry guns every day.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about who they are, but they show up and hang out. First thing that they'll do if they're talking guns or whatever is like, if we're hanging out for a long time, we'll pop our holsters off and put the guns away and stuff. And like, they've got guns. They've got rifles. How did they get them?
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care how they got them because they should be allowed to allowed is not even the right word. They are restricted for exercising their human rights because of a past charge that occurred, and it paints to this broken system.
So basically,
that we currently have.
He goes on to advocate that if you have a felony, you should just get a gun anyway, even though it's illegal. But here's the caveat: is I do kind of agree with him on one fact: is if you have a felony, you serve your time, and you're rehabilitated. You know what? Everyone's got fucking guns. I don't give a shit. You should be able to go buy a gun afterwards if you have survived the carceral system. I do think fine, whatever.
You're being hyperbolic though, because you don't even believe guns should be legal.
Yeah, exactly.
Say, that's
I'm working within like a limited like
okay, gotcha.
Rule system here, but. In this current system, whether or not you if you have a felony, you are not allowed to have a gun. So, yeah,
sorry,
don't go out. Don't listen to him and go get a gun because you are fucking yourself at the end of the day. Because
he's not the one that's going to be liable.
Exactly, he's not going to be liable. Worst case scenario is you don't even have a situation where you're defending your family. You just get searched. Random. Maybe you're driving home. It's a checkpoint. Maybe you're, for whatever reason, someone spots the gun. You didn't conceal it enough. It's just not worth going back to prison.
That's
like, no.
It's just a bold statement, though. It's like a very, like, the way, if he's in fact saying that, it's a bold statement because, like, then you think about, like, okay, what is the felony? What if the felony is gun related or violence related or assault related? Like, okay, you can't just blanket statement and be like, you should still get it if you have a felony. Well, not exactly.
Yeah,
like that's why there's
going to get people into trouble.
Yeah.
Well, it's also super consistent because he also advocates that if you live in one of these like liberal California type states and you can't conceal a rifle, he doesn't know your situation. Maybe your situation requires it. Maybe you do need an everyday carry rifle. So instead, you know what? That law is wrong and you should carry your rifle anyway, even though it's against the law. So he is very consistent about like your right to break the law.
Right.
So he's like a libertarian.
I mean, I'm
getting libertarian.
I feel like it would be, it would not be incorrect to think he's libertarian, but he doesn't say.
I love the fucking title and that chapter. That chapter just goes so well with it. It's like concealed rifles and backpacks. People hate us for this. Police will shoot you. It's just like, think about what this fucking guy is even framing it. It's like, no, you know, concealed rifles and backpacks, super cool, super Gucci. Love that for you. People hate us because they ain't us, but also people might kill you. It's like, why will they kill you if you have because you look like a fucking school shooter, dude.
Yeah.
You look like you haven't been touched by a female and you have a concealed carry. Like, yeah. People don't like that. It's a weird vibe.
It's weird that you said like you dress like a school shooter too, because they also have a chapter for that.
How to dress like a school shooter?
Do not wear green or like any like OD like military looking clothing because you get spotted too fast. I was like, you know, you're kind of right. You're kind of right, because like if I saw some military ass looking guy walking around as a civilian, that guy 100% has a fucking gun.
It's definitely the EDC for sure. Like at some caliber of EDC, right?
Show me that Gucci Glock, huh?
Yeah. Like it's funny you say this though, because that kid was like, there are no plans to shoot anybody. It's just my everyday. Like it's his own. I stay strapped. And it's like,
I bet you he follows, or she, whoever, or they follows some sort of gun YouTuber.
Yeah.
That led them down this path of thinking. But it gets even crazier than
what's the second chapter you wanted to talk about? Because the other thing is I'm not playing the whole chapter because these guys feel like you're taking my IP kind of guys. You know what I'm saying? These are the kind of guys that might copyright strike us for like reused content. So
and honestly, I don't want to play them too much just for our own community.
Sure.
I just want to relate to you guys that this is freaking crazy.
These aren't guys to idolize. These are guys to point and laugh at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's,
for sure.
They're just like... This like the internet.
These are the guys that need a real job.
People say these bold ass statements and then they don't even touch on the consequences.
No.
You know what I mean? It's
people
like
they don't want to touch on the consequences.
Well, it's not even just like the literal consequences of like everyday carry or whatever it is. It's like it's not your life.
Yeah.
So stop making these blanket bold ass statements that like apply to hella people. Think like you don't know.
Just Americans.
Yeah,
red blooded Americans.
No, that's kind of like what we were talking about earlier, like that monetized content. This dude did not get, and if he is rich, this is predicating on the idea that maybe he does have money and like success from this. He didn't get rich like being a gun guy. He got rich selling you should be a gun guy.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? He gets rich again, like all of those fucking finance guys that like give advice. They didn't get rich off of their advice. They got rich selling you the fucking advice. You're the dupe. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
you're the
They're selling a vibe to you, and you're fucking biting it hook, line, and sinker, and it's pathetic. Not you, obviously not you. You're calling it out, and that's fucking good.
I did watch the entire video
because it's cool looking. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I don't think it's that.
And be like, that doesn't look cool. Like I saw the way
I'm
he
just
whipped
glad
that
you
shit
said
out.
it. I'm just glad you said it.
No, I would argue
they are cool. Guns are cool. I'm just gonna say it.
They're not, in my opinion.
They're dangerous more than they are cool, though.
My thing, it's okay. Just leave it. My thing is, it's not, I don't think it's that. It's the fascination that we have.
What is it not?
It's not like, oh, it's just because it's cool, I'm looking at it. It's this fascination. It's the same fascination that I have for true crime, right? It's like learning how other people think is fascinating to us, especially when it differs so drastically or it's so inconceivable in our brain, like where we are as people. I think that's what it is. It's like this, like, whoa, this is gnarly. Like, this is crazy. How do their mind work?
Nope,
Like,
I disagree. I think it's the opposite. I think women are fascinated with true crime because it's so likely it'll happen to you. And I think men are fascinated with this because they want this to happen to them. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Like there's some kind of fascination. Yeah, I think it's the opposite. I think there's some there's almost not a worry, but you can see yourself.
Yeah.
You can see yourself in that position.
That's scary.
I have to agree because the fucked up part was at the end of the day, I started wanting a gun.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to buy one because I have full control of my own freaking mind. But, I really wanted a revolver.
That's crazy.
But it gets crazier because gun YouTube, pretty big apparently.
Oh, is it the next video that you sent me?
It's not the next.
No.
I actually don't want to pull up the next video.
Not yet.
Because not at all.
ever. Okay.
I think this is enough. This is enough because this gets the point across. But did you know that there are Gundies? And what are Gundies?
Fans.
No, it's the YouTube Awards for Gun YouTube.
Oh my.
They're so big, they got their own awards.
That's kind of fire.
My God. That's
I will find out more information. I got a notification for it earlier today, so I didn't have time at work to start pulling it up.
I just had a great idea for 2024. We start a gun channel.
Absolutely.
Can we try to go viral and get on the gun?
Dude, that would be hilarious. we have no guns.
We make the content somehow, though. We go find people that have guns or something.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
You know how many people die in a misfire? No.
Do you?
Probably a lot.
You can't say that. You can't say that. Don't say that with confidence.
Fear mongering right now.
Okay. Look it up.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Listen, I'm not here to say guns are safe. They're not.
No,
They're
there's plenty of
machines and
statistics
tools for killing, and that's literally the only thing that. And
murder
even the
dildos.
less
They're
malicious
murder
killing for hunting, it's still killing.
Yeah.
So, and I can respect hunting though. But
I still think we should start a gun channel and shoot our shot.
I see what you did there.
It'll be fun.
But I will look into the Gundies and I will bring more information on the next podcast.
Oh gosh, she's got the statistics.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna tell us.
Okay. According to
Soros-backed
provisional
information.
mortality
Google
statistics
fucking
from
search.
2021, a total of 224,935 people died in accidents in the United States. 549 of them were unintentional fire discharges. It's the top 15 leading cause of death in America.
I believe it. It's suicide.
Wait, it's the top or the top leading?
It's number 15 overall deaths happen because of guns.
I thought it was going to be higher. Only 15?
That was 2021. It's 2023, baby, and a lot has happened. So now imagine that twofold.
True.
Is that for California or just America? You said
Probably just in
America.
general. Those Californians,
I
you know.
believe it. And I'm not here to advocate for it. I'm not advocating for guns.
No.
They are bad. They're cool, but they are bad.
No, for sure. The statistics are clear. It's bad, but it is still fun.
I would like to go shooting, like rent a gun or something.
Yeah, I've gone shooting. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, right?
I'm going to say a hard no.
Listen, I understand the statistics are not there, but I will say this much. We have statistics for other stuff. Pornhub.
Yeah, let's
some
go.
insights, you guys. And the kind of enlightening. So some of the biggest trends on Pornhub that stood out.
Such a hard cut from guns to porn.
Degeneracy on 10.
I love it. Actually, this is way more relatable because I don't own a gun, but I do use Pornhub.
Alcohol Alcohol, guns, Pornhub. What is happening to our podcast?
I wanted to explore these two topics.
Listen, we're just getting prepped for episode 69.
69.
Yeah, we are, baby. Okay, so Pornhub went above and beyond with their statistics year in a wrap. They broke down the categories, and I wanted to explore these two. So men and women, and then a little bit about the demos, because I thought it revealed some pretty fun stuff. So, it's not big enough. We can't see this. We're blind as shit. Can I copy this image address and maybe open
dude, this is kind of a racist term, but I don't know if there's another term that's easy to digest, but like the yellow fever is kind of hitting in the statistics here. What the fuck? On both sides.
Sure, totally. I thought Japanese was actually number 1 in the women's, but it makes sense lesbian is number 1. Yeah, Japanese holding it down for another year as the number 1 searched.
Yeah, it's just weird for me. It's not my personal taste.
No, MILF holding it down in the 4th place, which I find very stable. I like that.
Oh,
moms,
let's go, moms.
That's crazy.
Listen, my personal application for the MILF category is just like the confidence in knowing that this isn't a person being advertised as being young, teen, 18. This isn't young porn, which makes me cringe on the outside and inside. I don't understand this teen obsession.
I feel like Japanese.
I think that might be actually. You're totally right. You're totally right.
A lot of that doesn't look like they're having a lot of fun, and they all look really young. I don't know if that's intentional. It's jab, right? That's.
I mean, I think that's the only right. I think it's almost. I don't want to call it nationalized porn, but I can't think of. Is there another Japanese porn outlet? I don't know.
That's a clip. I'm clipping that.
Listen. I'm visiting in November this year. Next year, please let me come.
Nice. Very nice. Anyway, hentai making its way up 6. That's because Twitch. I'm kidding.
Oh, dude. Okay, listen. I had kind of a brain blast earlier because I saw the hentai category up, and I was like,
moving up in the world.
My first introduction to pornography.
Tentacle porn?
It wasn't tentacle porn. No, it was
the first time I saw tentacle porn.
It was pretty mild, but it was technically, I think, hentai, drawn, anime. It was it was a manga I was reading. My dad had given it to me. I have a sneaking suspicion, maybe he had given it to me to open up that conversation.
Are you gay? Kind of conversation?
No, just
sexually.
I'm your dad, and I'm trying to relate to you, women, right? I don't know, because he never fucking had the conversation. He just gave me this book that I later found out had tits and vaginas in it, and then I brought it to school as a 6th grader, and everyone fucking saw that shit, and then I was embarrassed. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna gaslight as far as I can, and I threw that shit away. But yeah, I kept looking at those photos until I got caught at school.
So you got shamed to throw it away?
Oh yeah. I got shamed hard, as I should have, in 5th grade. But Dad, why did you let me take that to fucking elementary school?
I bet that wasn't the only thing hard, huh?
Oh my God. I'm so done with you guys.
No, it wasn't. But I was thinking about that, and I was like, I think that was the first porn that I ever saw.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah, what's up?
I was sharing with you. I don't really visit Pornhub often. There's plenty of that around the internet. I just don't visit the site. What the fuck is mature porn? What is mature?
I kind of just assumed that was MILF stuff.
Yeah, I thought it. Yeah, I thought it was just older people.
I think it has to incorporate it, right?
Yeah.
So I guess Reactlords.
Well, the difference is one's a mom, the other one could be mature but not a mom.
Yeah, but when I actually think this is interesting because
grandma porn.
It has to be, right?
Right.
It has to be. Which I see those thumbos. I see the thumbos.
You've seen them?
There are some old people out there, which good for them,
making their money. Shit.
I just hope it's them making money, and it's not I need this money.
Well, everyone kind of does nowadays. But
it's just sadder when they're really old, in my mind.
Okay, so I don't really give a shit about that. I wanted to go into more demos. So, okay,
you don't
this is
see
interesting.
The porn stars?
none of that matters to me, honestly.
Okay,
I don't, no offense to the porn stars. I don't need to know your name. Like, I don't know.
I think,
you know what I mean? I don't want to know.
I think it's more,
that weird that I don't want to know?
I don't want to say charitable.
Like
That's not the word I'm looking for.
It feels parasocial. Like, I don't want to know.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily
You know what I
parasocial. I mean, it definitely can go
is.
that way.
Yeah.
I think the platform kind of lends itself to parasocial.
Yeah.
So like if you're on OnlyFans, you're definitely a parasocial like
right.
porn visitor.
Maybe this says more about me. Like, I don't want to know who's fucking on my screen. Like,
See, I think it's
that.
more ethical. That's the word. I think it's more ethical if you know the porn star. For example, you know their age. You know it's like okay to consume it. You
that's
know that's consensual.
Fucking point, dude.
You know it's consensual. You know that this is their job. They come here to do this one specific thing. Maybe it's their passion, and you're here to enjoy it.
Yeah. Dude,
I think it's
you're
way
bringing
more
a new perspective. I
think it's way more ethical to know at least the name and like have some information. You don't need to like know what they like, their hobbies and all that stuff. But I do think like it, at least for myself, like if I know and have confidence that the porn that I'm consuming is like not going to bring it's not negative in any way, like to them, to myself, to the people around consuming it. It just makes me feel better. I feel a little bit like safer consuming the content.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair. Moving on to the demo, though, I thought this was interesting. So these are the female visitors internationally.
Okay.
Sorry.
So people in these countries are visiting Pornhub, is what you're saying?
Yeah, female-wise.
That is interesting. Where is the US of A?
So we're really low. And so me and Nikki were actually, I wanted you to settle the debate. Not really a debate, but we were talking like, oh, that's interesting. Like, are the countries that have ladies visiting Pornhub more frequently those that might be oppressed? Individuals seeking that out, or is it going to be more of the liberated countries? And we were actually going back and forth just looking at the countries because the United States was so low. That's kind of where we were like, the United States is sexually repressed, right? Like,
I'm going to blame Christianity for that one.
That's so, okay. So you take a look at the list. What do you make out of these analytics?
Religion.
That's what we were talking about too. But in what aspect do you think it's influencing this list?
There's a lot of shame surrounded.
I think it's shame. I think you're totally right. I think it's like shame and like condemnation and judgment. I think women in the US in particular, in general, maybe not like our bubble here in Long Beach that's super progressive, but I do think like what's the word? It's like when you have internalized shame and internalized trauma keeping you away from exploring, especially like if you're coming from a family or a culture that is heavily influenced by Christianity or the church, repression.
I would even go as far as to say misogyny too.
Oh, totally.
Because like there's this like huge like influence of like religious backgrounds. It's always the woman's fault if something is wrong.
Yeah, just look at Nick and Milena. I mean, totally. It's always Milena.
You know what I mean, right? So it's like it's so like it's always like the women's needs are second, and if they put themselves first, it's wrong.
I don't even. True. I think that for sure, but I think a more powerful. Sorry, as a man,
mansplaining.
I think I'm more powerful.
The trials and tribulations of women.
No, but like
totally
we get pregnant, right? So men don't have to worry about things like that. So it's like we get fucked over. We're the ones that deal with that shit. We're the ones that deal with like the shame. We're the ones that have to feel like we're a hoe if we sleep with multiple people, but a guy is a player and he's cool and whatever. It's that being manifested in like adult years, people looking at Pornhub.
Totally.
Guys get all the cool.
Men are
Sometimes.
Guns and women.
I don't want to flex it or anything.
Nah, they don't get women if they don't start acting right.
No, they got AI for that now. What do we?
Yeah.
That'll be next week when Kenny's on the podcast. We'll talk about that.
No, you're totally right. And honestly, like, I think you're actually right. Maybe more so misogyny than religion, because especially the way we engage with the platform, like Pornhub is a platform for men, and it's just set up that way because men use it more often.
Yeah.
I think the thumbos that get recommended, the things that get pushed to the top are things that, like, I don't think that open themselves up to, like, women in general. It's always like pretty aggressive.
To them. There's one category. There's literally a category catered to the women that they think are going to be their main visitor, and that's lesbian.
Well, yeah, and
that's even for men
that's
too.
what pushes women or femme presenting people into the lesbian category, is because literally the lesbian dynamic, or just not, I shouldn't say the lesbian dynamic, because most of those people aren't lesbian. They're just, it's like,
I was like, yes, tell us about the lesbian dynamic.
Sorry. But I do think that, like, those videos, because it's two women interacting with each other, just play different.
It's less threatening.
And it's exactly.
Yeah, men are threatening to a lot of women, and men already have this freaking there's already, like I said, men are like put at the top and women are put at the bottom. Why the fuck am I going to put my view on a fucking man? I'm sorry, you don't deserve my view. I'm going to go and look at two women.
It's usually how it is on Pornhub. Men are on top and women are on the bottom.
Yep.
I'm just
in more ways than one.
Right? Like, I'm not, and I feel like, it's just less threatening. Like, you want to support the woman, and like, it just feels safer to consume.
And look at this though. Women have plateaued as far as new women coming onto the site. Absolutely plateaued after 2020. I don't know what happened, COVID, but COVID flatline. Not going up.
People were at home more, so they had sex more.
They held on to that spike. It went up in 2020. It was like, nope, we're staying. It was pretty good. There's one more little category I wanted to check out. It's a little bit more complicated. There's got to be a better chart. I saw a better chart. It's breaking down like yes, there we go. So by generation.
Now, we are Gen Y.
Yeah, this is where I saw that, and I was like, that's millennials, right? That's us. So this is interesting, though. I kind of like Gen Z searches. That's fun. They're having fun, guys.
Okay.
Yeah,
cosplay,
so Gen Z
hentai, interactive, smoking. A lot of animated.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
So let's see. Cosplay is up 100.
Grew up with tech.
Feet.
Sorry. Cosplay is up 146%.
Whoa, muscular men. I did not expect to see that as
the
being number one.
millennials.
Yeah, millennials.
69%.
69. They did that on purpose.
Kind of crazy, dude. And role plays in there. That's nice. A lot of movement on these, though. I kind of wanted to.
FF.
Female,
male, threesome.
is it?
I mean, that's what I'm guessing.
Category. Let me.
I want.
Unless it stands for something else.
I think it does.
I'm not like the biggest fan of like group stuff, like threesomes, foursome, orgies. Those aren't my. It's just too much is happening, and like. Sorry, I don't know. Is that TMI?
Yeah, no, it's female, male.
Female, male. So two girls, one guy. Okay,
Two girls, one cup.
Yuck.
Yeah.
I have seen that and never again. Oh my God. That was oh my God. It's so gross.
There was some data I did want to just point out that I think is pretty interesting on here. So millennials, Korean up 20%.
Okay, that's cool.
It's because of the boy bands.
K-pop, right?
That's like people search for it then, right?
Yeah,
boy bands.
for sure. I thought that was interesting from millennials, from Gen X. Cocky. They're freaky. Gen X would be freaky. They're the freakiest ones here, dude.
Down though.
Okay, but no, on just like a whole scale of the terms in each category. I know boomers got cum shot, but Gen X above the board, all of this is vintage sex. What the fuck is that?
That's mature.
What? You know what I mean? Like, this is like strap-on fisting, bukkake. Like,
Damn, they're
crazy.
freaky.
And then small titties, like, okay, niche much. All right. Like, okay, Gen X, I see you guys. And then the boomers keeping it real traditional. Smoking, I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
It's up 68%. It's a big trend this year, smoking in sex. So
I'm going to call them out. Like, I feel like the most people we see who are very transphobic are boomers. And like, what the fuck? Number 2?
Up 58%.
That's true.
It's that internalized hate. You know what I mean? They like it. They don't want to admit it. They hate it about themselves.
Speaking of other repressed, BBW and bisexual male also
What's
made the list.
BBW?
Big black women.
Okay.
Wow.
Or big bootied women. I don't know actually how they're using it here, but traditionally on the internet, it's big black women.
Just be prouder of yourselves or something. Just get over it.
Yeah. So
Because we got the stats. We got you.
again, I'm curious though, like if you could Google that BBW in this context on Pornhub, is it big bootied women? Because it could be. It is Pornhub. But
Only
when people
accepting level 6 gat.
but when most people use it, they're not talking about just big bootied people. But I don't know. It's just really interesting.
No,
when
it
people
is big, beautiful women.
Big, beautiful women. Okay, I'm here for that too. Let's go, boomers. It's just really interesting what people are looking at. I have more actually in this kind of same vein of year in rap if we want to keep it alive. So, yeah, this guy said bunch of fucking liars and then pointed out like, differences. That was just something I wanted to talk about. And then,
Come on.
okay, and then we had another one come out of like biggest fucking red flags. And I thought this was going to be fun to talk about. So men who use Discord were ranked the most unattractive men. Look at this. Discord.
Wait, why hating on the makeup though? I think dudes with makeup on usually look pretty hot. They're pretty.
That's a dude saying that about dudes though.
What's wrong with that?
No, I think women made the list though. I think it's like from a woman
Okay.
perspective. And I still agree with you. Maybe the woman can talk about that. I don't know. Guys are cute.
I gotta find it again, but there was
Understand it.
literally a TikTok guy that I was like, oh my god.
He's attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the makeup. It does stuff.
It enhances beautiful features.
There are some things on this list that I don't even know what the fuck is an Urbex and a neck stand.
No idea. This is so niche.
Are those apps maybe?
I don't know.
Red flag.
I
Red flag.
I kind of have to agree with Snapchat. Like I had a Snapchat for maybe like
dicey, right?
a year. I got it when I was living in Spain because I was trying to keep up with everyone. And it was my least favorite app to use. Or actually, maybe it was just my experience, but I didn't get Snapchat on 1, and then 2, I just think people use it to cheat. And that's just bias from people telling me. So that's all anecdotal.
I think it's really cute though how like Gen Z uses Snapchat. Like we barely text each other as millennials. You know what I mean? That motherfucker's got like 1,000-day streaks alive. Like they just talk to each other every day.
But like,
You know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
I wonder, is that because like they can't afford phones and they're using an app to communicate?
No,
I think it's because they can't afford to go outside.
I think everyone's just parasocial.
Okay,
yeah,
sure.
I think everyone's just like finding value in the things that cost less.
Okay, but unattractive men traits being single, don't you want them to be single? I'm questioning everything about this list.
No, it's a catch-22. Like you're 30 and single. Like what went wrong?
Okay, so
But why would you be attracted to somebody who's in a relationship?
Listen, you can't speak on this because you're 30 and you're not single. I am 30 and I'm single.
Why is feminism on the list?
There's men who are like,
He's trying to get a girlfriend, dude. He actually just logged out of our Discord server. He's out.
I am looking for a hot boy with makeup on. Let's go.
Preferably that has a Snapchat and neck stand.
Nate discovered he might be queer.
So this is the men list for the ladies. This is the Goyles. Goyles, stop it if you want a
Messy,
man.
number 1. I completely agree. I'm on board. I'm on board. Daily smoker. I don't give a shit about that. Actually, that's not a red flag. That's beige, maybe.
Look at these lib-ass ladies out here not liking the conservatives. That's real fucked up, guys.
I can't even jack off to Brandy Love anymore. It just can't. It doesn't
Identity
work.
politics, you know? It's just terrible. It's
The MAGA brain rot. It just can't do it. I'm
It's
sorry.
kind of sad that Kink made the list. Both believe in astrology, actually. So I guess that's over. I believe in astrology party over. Is that what's happening?
Nah, they don't give a fuck.
Is that what's happening?
I think it's just gone.
You gagging over there?
Not underground.
It's just underground. Only the hardcore bitches know. Where I go now.
Happy childhood. Why? Do you want to fucking gaslight her? Get away with it?
Dude, these are weird. This is weird.
It's unattractive if you had a happy childhood because I can't manipulate the shit out of you because you're not traumatized. That's what the man is saying.
Dude, what if you're right though? Yeah, you're right.
I'm just kidding.
My parents are together.
Yeah, that's a crazy collab right there. My parents are together and they had a happy childhood. That's just resentment. You're resenting them. Like that says
jealousy,
way more about
jealousy is a disease, love.
And what the fuck is sustainability on the unattractive women's traits? You don't want a person who is sustainable. Like
they want to feel like they're the breadwinner.
Maybe.
But you can do that and be sustainable. I don't understand.
I think it would be
is this
more
like
sustainable.
Is this like she drives a Tesla, or what are we talking about with sustainability? Like, is she eco-friendly? Does she do compost? Like, what the fuck? What are we talking about?
She doesn't use deodorant.
She cares about climate change. Fuck that bitch. She sticks up with the eco policy, and I don't have that.
Wait, hold on. Carnivore
and a happy. That one makes sense, and I'm going to tell you why. Oh wait, hold on. These are.
What men think of women, right?
Yeah, what men don't like in women, them being a carnivore.
That is kind of wild. I was going to say, wouldn't men find that hot?
I think like
if
in the
take down a
manosphere,
steak.
Because isn't that like a Jordan Peterson's daughter thing? Switch the all meat diet or whatever.
But why isn't that sexy? Like, isn't that hot?
No,
why
you know what it is?
It goes back.
No, it goes back to women's weight.
Oh. You're right.
You eat more,
You eat
fatty stuff.
Right, salads.
You're fatty. You got to eat a salad. Yep. You got to be the way I want you to be. That's right. This is trash, man.
And that's
trash.
a lie. Every fucking guy wants their woman to be a little introverted, I think, because I think that's again more about this insecurity of men. Like you don't want your fine ass lady looking at the guy that's way more ripped than you, or like way more chiseled in the jaw than you, bitch, because he's probably flabby. So I get that. I can get that. You know, like. Whatever, but I don't know. This is a really problematic list. Like,
yeah, both of them are problematic.
Yeah, this is just like when Ross and Chandler and Joey made a list about reasons why or why not to be with Rachel.
Oh yeah,
pros and cons.
You should just never make these lists.
Never make them.
These are not good lists.
These are inner thoughts that should stay inside.
Yes, I would totally agree with that. Also, Matthew Perry's death came back, and we found out why. It was actually the drugs he was taking to combat his addiction that prompted the event that led him to drown. So it was actually another case of the medicine that is supposed to cure you harming you. That is too fucking common in medicine.
Oh yeah.
It is so common,
whether
it be like cancer drugs or like the drugs that you're given to fight addiction. It's like sometimes those are the fuckers that take you out, not the actual thing.
It still messes me up thinking that opioids are medicine.
Yeah,
it's not a drug; it's medicine.
It is. It's a self-administering of too that it gets everybody fucked.
Yeah.
But that's all the content we have. I did bring some TikToks that are kind of fun.
Yeah. Yay!
I thought we could maybe end on a lighter note here. So, Nikki, I brought this up.
I was born.
You saw this? Oh, no. So I brought this for Nikki because I was explaining to her the Emperor's New Groove and like who voices it and a little bit of the drama behind the scenes. And the only reason I give a shit about this is because it popped up on my TikTok feed. And I, as a child, watch this over and over again. Yeah. So to find these things out about it was kind of shocking. Anyway, we'll let the man talk.
Emperor's New Groove was so chaotic,
if we can hear
Disney
him.
doesn't want you to see its behind-the-scenes documentary. The story of how the Emperor's New Groove came to be is fascinating. It was first developed as The Kingdom of the Sun, a sweeping epic based on Inca myths. It was going to be directed by the Lion King's Roger Allers and star Owen Wilson, David Spade, and Eartha Kitt. Sting was going to write a whole series of songs for the movie, but after years of setbacks, disagreements, cautious meetings, and disastrous screenings, the project was canceled and then redeveloped into The Emperor's New Groove as we know it today, a broad comedy directed by Mark Dindal. But Disney didn't change its release date and had to fulfill its contractual obligation to McDonald's for a Happy Meal tie-in. So the filmmakers had about a year to put the whole movie together.
Crazy to me
it was
already.
constantly being rewritten and improvised on the fly by screenwriter Dave Reynolds and the other project leads.
That is where I'm going to pause it right now. Just think about that as an application. An animated movie, an animated movie, is being ad-libbed. What? That's crazy.
I don't think I'm understanding. What do you mean?
Okay, well, you just said that they were making it up as they go, like the script. So the animators are working overtime to make this happen, a reality. It's animated. It's not like, oh, we're changing the script, so we're gonna film it, and you can just change the words, and it's fine because it's a real person.
Because you got to redraw it or whatever.
AI doesn't exist, right? Yeah. So like that's fucking crazy.
Okay.
David Spade has said he never knew the movie's full story while he was recording. Reynolds told Vulture that after the movie came out, a person from Disney Archives came to his office asking for the script for company records. Reynolds told them there is no script. We just made the movie. When the Archives person pushed back, you've got to have a script. Archives needs it. He told them to go watch the movie in theaters.
And again, it is an animated film. Like usually these things are storyboarded out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have like a whole thing. And remember, this isn't something you've never heard of. This is the Emperor's New Groove.
It's I would say like pretty popular, or like in our generation, pretty popular.
Totally.
Then had interns cobble together the 4 boxes of various papers that they had written. And that became the script. As he recalled, the first and only draft of The Emperor's New Groove was handed in 2 weeks after the movie was in theaters. Meanwhile, Sting's wife, filmmaker Trudy Styler, was capturing all of the movie's drama in a behind-the-scenes documentary called The Sweatbox. The doc was so truthful and revealing about Disney's process that the company refused to release it. Luckily for us, you can still find it hidden away on YouTube.
And I haven't watched it, but I'm going to.
Crazy.
I love The Emperor's Groove, and I know way too many fun facts about it. Again, I watched this several times as a kid. I did told you recently that the person who sings "Baby It's Cold," Etheridge.
No, Santa Baby.
Santa Baby. Who's that? Etheridge, right?
Eartha Kitt.
Eartha Kitt. Yeah, she does Ursula.
Santa
Not Ursula.
Baby.
Why am I fucking having a brain fart right now?
The villain.
The villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's really fucking cool that TikTok is so key on like showing me the things I care about, because this is not the first time that Emperor's New Groove like behind the scenes like drama has popped up on my TikTok. So anyway, this is for you, baby, because we were talking about it.
Every time. Oh God, what's her name now?
I think it's Eartha Kitt. You nailed it. It's Eartha Kitt.
No. The villain name.
Villain.
Pull the lever. The wrong lever. It's like Ursula. It's really an ugly name. Like, is it? It's like an ugly name. It's not. Sorry for all the Ursulas out there. I don't. It's not a very common name, but I gotta know before I move on, because I will forget.
Yzma. Every time I hear
close to Ursula.
Eartha Kitt sing, now all I can think of is her voice, and it just like I think of this. Yeah.
Pull the lever. All right, I got some more. Let me go ahead and turn this audio back down though, because I don't know why that guy's audio. Ew. Okay, this was like National Lampoon IRL, and I just fantastic. And there's no reason we have to watch this first half because it takes forever. But you'll see that there is like a little light going, and that's what everyone's watching this first like 30 seconds.
My
So proud.
God, did he that one?
He should. I don't know if he did though.
What's that light bill gonna be like though?
So sick.
He's dressed as a gingerbread man too.
He played again or something, or he just turned it off. That's weird.
That's crazy.
How did he set this up though?
This man has too much time.
He's retired, you know. But he does for funsies.
Yo, JetBlue. No, just no responsibility.
It blows up.
So fucking dope. It's
cool.
It's just moments like this, like I want a house.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
So dope.
It looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
I will give it that. Pretty sick.
Oh, this was just fun watching these kids get bodied. The moms carried the whole time. Just have some laughs, guys.
Dude, was that Gavin Newsom? Oh, let's go!
That's embarrassing.
He said not today. He thought he got away for a second.
Oh,
real dangerous. I'm sorry.
I would let them pass me, dude. There's no way.
You had to wake up all fucking season and drive these snot ass kids to their fucking practices and
You're
their
gonna
weight
sack
games
them.
and their away. You're sacking these motherfuckers and you're doing it hard. You get
don't
one
know.
shot a year. One shot.
Okay.
Yeah, but then the hospital bill after you break their arm or leg.
He picked him up.
So good. The dads are the ones kind of holding back, dude. The moms are like, nah, fuck you and fuck your little sandwiches. Like,
Oh, she threw him. That's uncalled for. That's a penalty.
That's crazy, man.
Okay, and then this one I liked on the toilet, but I thought it was really funny. Nicki Minaj, we stan her, Barb stan. We all stan Nicki
What is
Minaj.
clocking?
Called it. Like, it's
okay.
kind of a trans term. Like when you get clocked, like, I don't know. But
It's like you're not passing.
yeah, he's definitely not passing for being secure.
Is
Clear nail polish?
Oh, you still can't fucking hear it. Let me turn it up a little bit.
Like secure it in his.
Gel
So
polish?
he's showing his nails off to Nicki Minaj,
Clear nail
and he's trying to convince her that it's not nail polish. It's gel.
It's
that's nail
gel.
polish?
Yeah.
But it looks nice.
I didn't say it didn't. You just
And
became.
then he said, oh, it's not nail polish, but it looks nice, you know? And then she goes, I didn't say it didn't.
But it looks nice.
I didn't say it didn't. You just became defensive because you're insecure. Next.
And that's on insecurity.
You're insecure.
He's a fucking the side eye after. Yo.
I love that. He was like,
And that's on insecurity.
Yo. Okay, that's crazy.
Oh God, this one was.
I feel there's
fucking
got to be a testicle joke in here somewhere because like her cousin, you know, his one testicle just blew up after he got the vaccine.
Well, you know, I don't know, but
I'm just saying more women need to call out men like that. And just let them get to the point. Like he's explaining it and he's like not getting the point. Then he finally gets it and he's like mind blown. And then she looks at him like, dumbass.
so good. All right, we're moving into Nathan talk. You want to set it up or
Spider-Man. Hey, Spider-Man.
You look more like Spider.
I can fix that.
He got it down.
It's Spider-Yacht.
I can fix.
My only complaint in the new PS5 version was they nerfed the ass way too hard.
They
They
probably got
did.
so many comments about it.
No,
That's
they
why.
did, and then they had to bring the ass back in a patch.
did?
No, they brought it back a little bit. Like they brought it back a little bit.
Like 50%.
How many
Yeah.
pixels? I'm just kidding. Yo, this is just a meal I want.
Is it just like potatoes?
It's a Jurassic Park. You hear it? Jurassic
a
Park is their
dinosaur.
dino nuggets.
Oh, that's
Just a
classy.
fun way of
Yeah.
That's actually really a class
And I
act.
feel like it would still taste good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
That's gonna be fire. I'm looking at Nikki.
Okay, wait, we gotta pause it.
Do you want to set this one up?
Yeah, I have to set this one up. This one hit me really hard because I've been at this new job and it's like pretty dead. Like today I helped two legitimate customers. I had 4 total, but 2 of them came in specifically to come and see me and I just let them try some stuff. But I had 2 legitimate customers from 7 to 12. I was bored. So I'm in this job, like just cooking, just experimenting. I make cold brew, I make syrups, I bring my laptop and I write stuff down. Like I just like play around in the shop. But like I've been thinking like, you know, I'm doing all these things. I'm like beefing up this coffee shop from where I think it was to where it is now. I think is already like, it's not like above and beyond, but it is definitely a different shop now. Like, man, you know, I'm doing all this for $15.50. This is wild. I was like thinking about it, and then I showed up on TikTok, and then this hit me, and I was like, I gotta negotiate my pay.
Have you ever thought about doing it slower?
I mean, I am going very slow.
Okay.
It's just that dead.
I was like, have you thought about exploiting the fact that you're an hourly wage?
There's only so much I could do. Almost only so much time I could spend on TikTok at work. Like I'm getting bored, so I end up just.
That's an interesting setup, actually.
Yeah.
What's your salary expectation? What's your budget?
No.
We don't have a budget. What's the market rate?
No.
These are all bad questions.
These are terrible questions, yeah.
I believe I bring a lot to the table.
It's true.
But it's a pretty standard role. I want to get back to you on this. Well, we'd much rather have an initial number. What's your current salary? Can't say. Sign an NDA.
That is actually a power move.
I don't know why it hit so hard, but I was like, man, I wish I could use that line someday. So who else out there is negotiating their pay? Because like, I come from a time where like, I didn't think that was possible.
Hey, that's the lie they fed us.
Yeah. To be fair, we never even negotiated pay when I got hired. So like, I found out on my first paycheck I'm making $15.50.
Yo, closed mouths do not get fed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even when I was working as a part-time teacher, I negotiated that pay and hours. Like I was like, nope, not going to do this, not going to do that. Well, actually, I couldn't negotiate the pay, so I was able to negotiate my responsibilities.
Okay.
So sometimes, you might not be able to have that chance. Like they said, no, this is the salary. I'm like, well, for this salary, I'm not doing this 2 roles then.
Well, at that same organization, I had brought up on 4 separate occasions. On 3 of them were official, and 1 was like, I'm asking you, I need a pay raise. They denied me every single time. So it's like, I feel like intimidated in negotiating pay because like, I feel like I started off so strong, but like, how do you get other people to follow through? Because ultimately they don't want to pay you more.
Sometimes
they don't want to pay you.
They don't, and you have to move on.
Yeah.
But like you said, you're starting off strong. So if they can't see the value after you've started off strong and your work shows it.
Yeah. It's hard to be like, well, I'm adding value without the value being like shown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Once
saying?
you've added value and you know.
Yeah. It's hard to Santino, it's hard to promise added value in an interview, especially if you're working at an established place, you're moving into a very similar sector, and it's like, well, you're already at an established place. Like, how can I know that you are going to be the one adding value if it's not? You know what I'm saying? So like maybe then, but you're right now, you have legs to stand on. You could easily be like, these are my systems and I'm taking them with me if you don't give me it.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to leave you these systems.
Right.
It will fall apart with this 19-year-old. Like, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
And you could be upfront. Like, I could do it with, you know what I mean? Like, there are like ways that you could approach it and being more malicious. You are a man.
Yeah, but like, you know,
what? I'm serious,
No,
dude. It does play. If I'm just saying,
I wouldn't go around it like that. I don't want anyone to lose their job, you know?
Yeah, but if you're asking for more money, that might be the position that they're willing to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but I don't want to put them in a position where they can do that or feel
brutal.
Yeah, I don't want it to be brutal. Like,
I'm just saying, if it was me or my coworker, I love him.
Yeah. Fair.
I'm keeping my job.
Fair.
Like, as much as I love my coworker.
Okay.
True. Yeah.
But that's
it's tough. It's fucking tough, dude.
It is tough.
Because once you start advocating, like, you gotta follow through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, once you open up the line of communication, you kind of have to be open to where it goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true. But yeah, that TikTok hit me pretty hard, and I was like,
got you thinking. Maybe a little existential dread.
Yes,
little existential dread.
We're ending the podcast where we started. It felt so good. Holy shit! What a whole circle.
Have you taken a moment to think about your existential dread?
You give it 20 minutes.
Yeah, set aside 20 minutes. That's right. Remind yourself. Make a sticky note.
So that was episode 68.
Yeah,
tune in, maybe not next week for 69, the next week.
No, it'll be next week. It'll be next week. Yeah.
Which one are we taking the hiatus for?
The Christmas/New Year week.
Okay.
So
we will see you.
We'll see you before the next year.
Next week.
Yeah, we will.
69. Tune in. It's gonna be
69.
fun. We're gonna have some more planning.
True. We gotta plan it up. Might be live. Might not be live. Stick around in the community tab to see. I'm V.
I'm Nikki.
I'm Nathan.
And we're out of here.
Happy holidays.
Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Christmas. Happy
Happy Kandemamas.
Merry Chrysler. Oh, great. My makeup looks awesome.
One at a time.